Welcome. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of evolutionary computation, especially its role in biology. Evolutionary computation is a family of algorithms inspired by the process of natural selection. Just as species evolve over generations to adapt to their environment, these algorithms use similar principles to solve complex problems. In biology, evolutionary computation helps researchers model, analyze, and even predict biological phenomena. This approach mimics how nature optimizes traits, allowing us to tackle challenges that are too difficult for traditional methods. Let's explore how this synergy between biology and computation is transforming scientific discovery. Roots of evolutionary computation lie in Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. In nature, organisms with advantageous traits are more likely to survive and reproduce. Over time, these traits become more common in the population. Evolutionary algorithms borrow this concept, using selection, mutation, and crossover to evolve solutions to problems. In biology, this means we can simulate how populations change, adapt, and optimize over generations. By modeling these processes computationally, scientists can gain insights into evolution and adaptation that would be impossible to observe directly. Evolutionary computation relies on several key components: populations, fitness functions, selection, crossover, and mutation. A population is a group of potential solutions. The fitness function evaluates how well each solution performs. Selection chooses the best candidates, crossover combines them, and mutation introduces random changes. These steps are repeated over many generations, gradually improving the solution. In biological research, these components allow us to mimic the evolutionary process and explore how traits develop and spread. Biological systems are incredibly complex, with countless variables interacting in unpredictable ways. Traditional analytical methods often fall short when trying to model such complexity. Evolutionary computation provides a powerful alternative. By simulating evolution, researchers can explore vast solution spaces and uncover patterns that would otherwise remain hidden. This computational approach is especially valuable in fields like genetics, ecology, and evolutionary biology, where understanding adaptation and diversity is crucial. One of the most popular forms of evolutionary computation is the genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithms use populations of candidate solutions, evolving them over time through selection, crossover, and mutation. In biology, genetic algorithms are used to model gene flow, predict evolutionary outcomes, and optimize experimental designs. They're especially useful for problems where the search space is too large for brute force methods. By mimicking natural evolution, genetic algorithms can find creative solutions to complex biological questions. Evolution strategies are another branch of evolutionary computation. Unlike genetic algorithms, which focus on binary representations, evolution strategies often use real-valued parameters. This makes them ideal for optimizing continuous variables, such as enzyme concentrations or metabolic rates in biological systems. Evolution strategies have been used to simulate adaptation in changing environments and to optimize biological processes, offering a flexible tool for researchers. Evolutionary computation has revolutionized genetics research. By simulating the inheritance of genes and the effects of mutation, researchers can predict how traits will spread through populations. These simulations help in understanding genetic diseases, breeding strategies, and the evolution of resistance in pests or pathogens. Evolutionary algorithms can also assist in mapping genetic networks and identifying key genes involved in complex traits. Understanding how populations evolve over time is a central question in biology. Evolutionary computation allows scientists to model these dynamics, exploring scenarios such as adaptation to new environments, the emergence of cooperation, or the spread of advantageous mutations. By adjusting parameters and running simulations, researchers can test hypotheses and make predictions about real-world evolutionary processes. Designing biological experiments can be challenging, especially when there are many variables to consider. Evolutionary computation helps optimize experimental designs by searching for the best combinations of factors. This approach can save time and resources, ensuring that experiments yield meaningful results. Whether it's optimizing drug dosages or breeding strategies, evolutionary algorithms provide a systematic way to explore possibilities and find optimal solutions. Ecosystems are complex networks of interacting species and environmental factors. Evolutionary computation enables researchers to simulate these systems, exploring how species interact, compete, and adapt. These simulations can reveal insights into biodiversity, ecosystem stability, and the effects of environmental change. By modeling entire ecosystems, scientists can predict the impact of interventions and develop strategies for conservation. Evolutionary computation isn't limited to virtual simulations. In evolutionary robotics, algorithms are used to evolve the design and behavior of robots, often inspired by biological organisms. These robots can adapt to their environment, learn new tasks, and even evolve new forms. This field bridges biology and engineering, demonstrating how principles of evolution can lead to innovative solutions in technology and robotics. Predicting the three-dimensional structure of proteins is a major challenge in biology. Evolutionary computation offers powerful tools for this task. By simulating the folding process and optimizing potential structures, evolutionary algorithms can predict protein shapes with remarkable accuracy. This has important implications for drug discovery, disease research, and understanding fundamental biological processes. The process of discovering and designing new drugs is complex and time-consuming. Evolutionary computation accelerates this process by searching for molecules with desired properties. Algorithms can simulate the evolution of drug candidates, optimizing their effectiveness and safety. This approach has led to the discovery of novel compounds and improved treatments for various diseases, showcasing the power of computational evolution in medicine. Game theory studies strategic interactions between individuals or groups. In biology, evolutionary game theory uses computational models to explore how cooperation, competition, and other behaviors evolve. By simulating different strategies and their outcomes, researchers can understand the dynamics of social behavior in animals, microbes, and even humans. Evolutionary computation provides the tools to model these complex interactions and predict evolutionary stable strategies. Artificial life, or A-life, is a field that uses evolutionary computation to simulate living systems. These simulations can model the emergence of life, the evolution of complexity, and the development of new behaviors. By creating digital organisms and ecosystems, researchers can test theories about the origin and evolution of life in a controlled environment. A-life offers a unique perspective on biological processes and the potential for life beyond Earth. Modern biology generates massive amounts of data, from DNA sequences to protein interactions. Evolutionary computation helps analyze and interpret this data, identifying patterns and relationships that might otherwise go unnoticed. Algorithms can cluster genes, predict functions, and reconstruct evolutionary histories. This computational power is essential for making sense of the complexity inherent in biological systems. Phylogenetic trees represent the evolutionary relationship between species. Constructing these trees from genetic data is a complex task, but evolutionary computation makes it more manageable. Algorithms can search for the most likely tree structures, accounting for mutations and evolutionary events. This helps scientists trace the history of life and understand how different species are related. Understanding how diseases spread through populations is crucial for public health. Evolutionary computation allows researchers to simulate outbreaks, model transmission dynamics, and predict the impact of interventions. These models can inform strategies for vaccination, quarantine, and treatment, helping to control epidemics and save lives. Antibiotic resistance is a growing threat to global health. Evolutionary computation helps researchers understand how resistance evolves and spreads. By simulating bacterial populations and their response to antibiotics, scientists can predict resistance patterns and develop strategies to combat them. This approach is vital for preserving the effectiveness of existing drugs and guiding the development of new treatments. Ecology studies the interactions between organisms and their environment. Evolutionary computation provides tools to model these interactions, predict population dynamics, and assess the impact of environmental changes. By simulating different scenarios, researchers can explore the consequences of habitat loss, climate change, and species introductions, informing conservation efforts and ecosystem management. Agriculture benefits greatly from evolutionary computation. Algorithms can optimize crop breeding, pest management, and resource allocation. By simulating different strategies, researchers can identify the best approaches for increasing yield, reducing costs, and minimizing environmental impact. This computational approach supports sustainable agriculture and food security. Synthetic biology involves designing and constructing new biological parts and systems. Evolutionary computation aids this process by optimizing genetic circuits, metabolic pathways, and organism traits. Algorithms can explore countless design possibilities, finding solutions that meet specific goals. This synergy between computation and biology is driving innovation in biotechnology and medicine. Brain is one of the most complex systems in biology. Evolutionary computation helps neuroscientists model neural networks, optimize brain-inspired algorithms, and understand learning processes. By simulating the evolution of neural structures, researchers can gain insights into cognition, memory, and behavior. This approach also inspires the development of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Medicine is increasingly data-driven, and evolutionary computation plays a key role in this transformation. Algorithms can personalize treatments, predict disease risks, and optimize healthcare strategies. By analyzing patient data and simulating treatment outcomes, evolutionary computation supports precision medicine and improves patient care. Evolutionary biology seeks to understand the origins and diversification of life. Evolutionary computation provides powerful tools for testing evolutionary theories, simulating speciation, and exploring the dynamics of adaptation. By modeling evolutionary processes, researchers can investigate questions that are difficult or impossible to address experimentally. Conservation biology uses evolutionary computation to develop strategies for protecting endangered species and habitats. Algorithms can model population viability, assess genetic diversity, and optimize conservation actions. By simulating different management scenarios, researchers can make informed decisions to preserve biodiversity and ecosystem health. Microbiology studies the smallest forms of life, including bacteria and viruses. Evolutionary computation helps model microbial evolution, predict the emergence of new strains, and optimize antibiotic use. These tools are essential for understanding infectious diseases and developing effective treatments. Systems biology seeks to understand how biological components interact to form complex systems. Evolutionary computation helps model these interactions, optimize system behavior, and predict responses to changes. By integrating data from multiple sources, algorithms can reveal emergent properties and guide experimental design. Synthetic ecology involves designing artificial ecosystems for research or practical applications. Evolutionary computation can optimize the composition and interactions of species, ensuring stability and desired outcomes. These models are useful for bioremediation, agriculture, and understanding ecological principles. Evolutionary developmental biology, or EVO, explores how developmental processes evolve. Evolutionary computation models the genetic and environmental factors that shape development, helping researchers understand the origins of morphological diversity. These simulations can reveal how small genetic changes lead to significant evolutionary innovations. Population genetics studies the genetic composition of populations and how it changes over time. Evolutionary computation simulates gene flow, selection, and drift, providing insights into genetic diversity and adaptation. These models help explain patterns observed in natural populations and guide conservation efforts. Evolutionary psychology examines how evolutionary processes shape behavior and cognition. Evolutionary computation models the evolution of psychological traits, helping researchers test hypotheses about the origins of human behavior. These simulations provide a framework for understanding the adaptive value of different behaviors. Evolutionary medicine applies evolutionary principles to understand health and disease. Evolutionary computation helps model the evolution of pathogens, the spread of genetic diseases, and the impact of medical interventions. These insights inform public health strategies and the development of new treatments. Evolutionary anthropology studies the evolution of humans and our ancestors. Evolutionary computation models the spread of cultural traits, the evolution of language, and the development of social structures. These simulations help researchers understand the forces that shaped human evolution and cultural diversity. Evolutionary linguistics explores how languages evolve over time. Evolutionary computation simulates language change, the spread of linguistic features, and the emergence of new languages. These models provide insights into the dynamics of language evolution and the factors that drive linguistic diversity. Evolutionary economics applies evolutionary principles to economic systems. Evolutionary computation models the evolution of markets, strategies, and institutions. By simulating competition and adaptation, researchers can explore the dynamics of economic change and innovation. Evolutionary sociology examines how social structures and behaviors evolve. Evolutionary computation simulates the emergence of cooperation, social norms, and group dynamics. These models help explain the evolution of complex societies and the factors that promote social cohesion. Evolutionary art uses algorithms to create artworks that evolve over time. By simulating selection and variation, artists and researchers can explore the evolution of visual forms and aesthetics. This creative application of evolutionary computation demonstrates its versatility and potential for innovation beyond science. While evolutionary computation offers powerful tools, it also has limitations. Simulations are only as good as the models and data they use. Biological systems are often more complex than any algorithm can capture. Additionally, computational resources can limit the scale and detail of simulations. Researchers must carefully design their models and interpret results with caution, always considering the assumptions and simplifications involved. Future of evolutionary computation in biology is bright. Advances in computing power, data collection, and algorithm design are expanding the possibilities. Researchers are developing more realistic models, integrating multiple data sources, and applying evolutionary computation to new fields. As our understanding of biology and computation grows, so too will the impact of these powerful tools. Evolutionary computation in biology thrives on interdisciplinary collaboration. Biologists, computer scientists, mathematicians, and engineers work together to develop and apply these algorithms. This teamwork brings diverse perspectives and expertise, leading to innovative solutions and new discoveries. Collaboration is key to unlocking the full potential of evolutionary computation in biology. As with any powerful technology, evolutionary computation raises ethical questions. How should we use these tools in medicine, agriculture, or conservation? What are the risks of unintended consequences? Researchers must consider the ethical implications of their work, ensuring that evolutionary computation is used responsibly and for the benefit of society. Evolutionary computation offers exciting opportunities for education and outreach. By introducing students to these concepts, educators can inspire the next generation of scientists and innovators. Interactive simulations, workshops, and hands-on projects make evolutionary computation accessible and engaging, fostering curiosity and critical thinking. The impact of evolutionary computation in biology extends far beyond the lab. From improving healthcare to protecting the environment, these algorithms are making a real difference in the world. As technology advances, the potential for positive change will only grow, highlighting the importance of continued research and innovation in this field. Sum up, evolutionary computation is transforming biology by providing powerful tools for modeling, analysis, and discovery. Inspired by nature, these algorithms help us understand life's complexity and solve challenges across diverse fields. As research continues, the partnership between biology and computation will deepen, opening new frontiers and opportunities for scientific advancement.